ViralReelAI. Say that fast 3 times. I want to take you and show you the software, basically, but a short review of the software. I bought the front end so I could try. I'll show you some of the real results that I seem to have gotten. Also, share a little bit about the sales page, because why did I buy it in the first place? And an upsell page, sales page, why does that even matter? I'm going to show you all of that really quickly here, I hope, so that maybe you don't have to purchase it to make a decision about it to begin with. So what is ViralReelAI? Based on the sales page, it's something that's going to create and run profitable faceless Instagram, TikTok channels. It's going to create the content, basically, and it's going to use AI to create the content and post reels. So it creates viral content, and then you're supposed to be able to schedule it, and it's supposed to do great things for you, right? The sales page itself is promoting the idea of, hey, all these people have viral content. They have all kinds of traffic, so they make all kinds of money. That's the gist of it. To keep it short and sweet, you can look at the whole thing if you want to, but right here is the crux of the matter. I could take you in and try and demo everything for you, but when I started getting the results that I was getting, I started thinking, I don't want to waste your time. And basically, the challenge for me is I love the idea of AI and I love using AI for good things. There were things that AI was doing early on, especially when it came to generating images and stuff, that made it so that it wasn't very useful. Now, this says that it's going to create these viral videos and images and stuff. These look great and everything, and I scroll down, and like it says, all these people are making all this money, but they already have viral content. This is supposed to make it easy and create viral content for me, right? And so when I went through and I started to go through the process to test stuff, I was like, I'll show you. You can consider for yourself if it makes sense to you to go this direction or not. And then the other thing, these videos, they're all like 5 seconds. They don't tell you this to begin with, but after you purchase it, you go to the next page, the next sales page, and they tell you, oh, do you want your stuff to basically have unlimited creation and to be able to make videos up to 3 minutes, which means the front end doesn't make them up to 3 minutes. And what about branding and stuff like that? And then they want to encourage you to create a whole agency. So you're going to make a bunch of viral stuff for other people and make money off of that and everything. But what about that quality content? Well, let's take a look. Well, you can have it automatically generate stuff for you, or you can manually make stuff. When you manually make stuff, it lets you create and pick, like, you can say keywords and stuff, and it'll generate scripts for you and titles and stuff like that. And then you got to choose and pick, and then you got to edit stuff. But when everything is said and done, really what you want is viral content. And so when I told it to create some viral content for me, that's my big question. What happened? First off, when you select your niche and everything, you can tell it custom or you can select what's there. It also made it sound like they were going to take into consideration my existing Instagram account and stuff like that, that the AI would somehow consider that. That turned out to not be the case. And so when I chose a niche that seemed to make sense, it didn't take into consideration what I was trying to get. I was trying to get something that would help in promoting an online piano training for adults. Well, these aren't adults, and there's nothing about piano here. When I tried that, I tried to go a little further. Same thing here, like it wasn't taking into consideration my actual niche from my current account and everything. On this one, it seems like it started to get the right idea, which is great. And really, that doesn't look so bad. On this one, started having other kind of issues. So this was supposed to create videos, and you could pick your own image, but your image doesn't move or anything. It doesn't. There was something about it that said it was going to make your image like speak or something, but that didn't really happen. Um, there is a piano and there's a cat, and it could generate a voiceover saying everything here, and it gives you a chance to edit that. So that's not horrendous. Over here, what I found, and so what we're seeing here are the thumbnails. And so on this one, when I went to edit the thumbnail, there was no way to actually edit the image. If you change the image, there was no way to crop it and stuff. And then they have this auto generation a video that you can choose that has game stuff. And the problem with it is that, as it turns out, so I had told it the niche was playing piano, learning to play piano. And so you have these thumbnails, but any of the videos, what it's using like gamer content. And the idea behind it is that if you have some kind of gaming video that people like, that they're going to watch that game that's being played on the video and then listen to your voiceover content. But here again, over and over, even through their cells, the idea is if you have tons and tons of people, eventually you're going to have people that care about whatever your topic is and everything. And I guess you could justify that. The other thing I found that I wanted to work was this idea of this follower generator. And to test it, I wanted to use Pinterest, in other words, to create a Pinterest pin. And so I could choose any of the campaigns that I had and tell it to go ahead and create content. And so it's trying to create the content here. You got to tell it where you want it to go to. If it's, if it's a Pinterest, it should go somewhere. Here's some other images that it tried to generate for me for Pinterest. And as you can see, like, things start going okay, and then it kind of falls apart, especially with words. Sometimes the images themselves, I mean, this person's lost their head playing the piano, but maybe not in a good way. Could that be viral? I don't know. The thing is that, like, the AI on this, maybe it's an old model or something, I'm not sure. But the thing I am sure about is that the images that it generates for Pinterest and stuff like that, and other images, it's almost like they're the kind of images I expect AI to do from like months and months or maybe a year ago or two. Um, they don't typically spell very well. The letters are there sometimes. A lot of times there's letters there, but words are not actually words and stuff. And so could you use this to quickly generate a bunch of viral content and fast and depend on the AI to do it for you? I don't know about that. Once you do generate everything and take all the time and effort it will take, because it will take a lot of time and effort, then you still have to go ahead. You can schedule it here. You have to link your accounts in the integration here. And then the follower generator, I thought it was going to be some kind of an automated thing, but really what it is it's other accounts that you can integrate. And so when you go to select that something goes using the follower generator, it's almost like saying, okay, if you want stuff to be sent out to something that's not the Instagram, then follow generator allows you to select those things. So, I mean, it is a functioning thing, but is it all automatic and stuff like that? I don't know about that. But everything for me really goes right back to the idea of, is it really creating viral content for me? Is it doing it easily? Is it saving me time by doing it? And I don't know that it is. And so rather than going into all the details of how to do everything, I just wanted to say, it kind of, on a 1 to 10, I think I give it a 4 or maybe a 3, because it doesn't really do what I was hoping it would do. And there's limitations that I don't even know what the limitations are because they never tell me, but they certainly try and sell me a lot more so I can unlock limitations that I don't know. So does it do everything that the sales page is telling me and setting my expectations for? It doesn't really meet my expectations. Please take all of that into consideration for yourself. It says that it has a 14-day guarantee, like you can request a refund. In the past, when I've dealt with the company, it was just hard to get a refund. But maybe that's changed.